So it's pretty obvious that Derrick Jaxn is pretty much broken the internet. I can't go nowhere without seeing some type of memes about him and his wife. Shit is crazy. But the funny thing about me and so many other guys that know about his content is, I'm not surprised. I knew it was going to be something about that guy that got him exposed at some point. And here's the thing, like I've said in my older videos, you cannot put anybody on a pedestal. I mean, anybody, especially the most outspokenly positive, most self-righteous people. You can't. You don't know these people outside of their platform. And especially Derrick Jaxn. Now, it's two types of people in this situation, right? And I'm a speak in terms of men, right? So you have men like myself who've seen through his bullshit for a long time, and we don't not support his content because we're haters, but we don't support his content because he seems disingenuous. Then there are men who are like, haha, nigga, you ain't shit either. Black men who hate black women who don't want them, I guess, to have some type of idol or champion or whatever. And again, he was a false idol. Now, what makes him a false idol? He's really big on preaching, I guess, positivity towards black women, a lot of single black mothers, them finding men. He's really big on men being accountable. He's really big on dogging men who cheat and stuff like that, right? So you might ask, what's wrong with that? The problem with this guy is he comes off really fucking self-righteous. He comes off really preachy, almost to the point where, he tried to make it out like he was perfect. All he does is literally just generalize and shit on black men. Like, literally. And I get it. He's an advocate for women. He uplifts women. But at some point, you got to ask yourself, does he say a lot of the things because he really, wants to uplift black women? Or is he just telling black women what they want to hear to manipulate them? So, pretty sure it's pretty obvious at this point. I'm sorry, I feel like anybody with a brain could pretty much have seen that. Again, he really just takes advantage of insecure and bitter women who already have baggage towards black women. He just takes advantage of it. He just tells you guys whatever you want to hear. I'm not going to go too deep into that because, like I said, again, it's kind of obvious he's been full of shit. He just literally says whatever it takes to sell his books and get support. What I really want to talk about is Kevin Samuels. Now, again, this guy just pretty much panders to women. Now, a lot of people have been giving my boy Kevin Samuels some slack ever since he went viral. The difference between Derrick Jaxn and Kevin Samuels is that Kevin Samuels actually keeps it real. Now, you probably looking at this like, you're just saying that because you hate women. Or you're just saying that because he's toxic towards women. No, the reality is Kevin Samuels is very critical and very blunt and honest with both black men and black women. The reason why it seems like he's always attacking women of color and focusing on women of color is because women of color are the main people who call in. Mind you, what I just said, call in. So it's not like this is random. They're calling into his show and they want to argue with him. Men very rarely call into his show and they very rarely argue with him when they do. If they don't agree with him, they're at attention and they're paying attention to what he has to say. They're not being confrontational and they don't have an attitude. That's why it seems like he's always snapping off and criticizing black women. And the thing about it is, the reason why he has so much support is because he gives men a voice that we really don't have. I said they like I'm not a man. You see, in modern society, especially in the black community, women can criticize men all fucking day long. We're dogs. We ain't shit. All we do is lie and gaslight and manipulate women. As soon as a man says anything negative about a woman at all, as soon as he wants a woman to face any type of accountability, oh, you're sexist. Oh, well, what about when men do this? It's instant deflection. And the thing about it is, the men who do this, people like Alpha Male Strategies, Steph is Cold, other channels. And again, I'm not one of those people who just watch all these red pill dating coaches and just take everything they say at face value, because they have said some things that I don't necessarily agree with either. I don't take anybody at face value. But keep in mind, these are all internet-based platforms. A man could never come forward on any cable or TV platform and say half of the things that women say about men all the time. So I want you guys to keep in mind, the reason why people like Kevin Samuels have so much support is because, again, he says the truth. And he says a lot of things that a lot of black men are afraid to say, not only about black women, but women in general. I'm not going to say that all of Derrick Jaxn's videos and his content is bullshit. He's just a fraud in himself. Now, a lot of times, I would say some things he says about certain types of guys, he's kind of spot on. But the irony is, he's really just projecting about himself. See, this is the irony, guys. People like Derrick Jaxn are praised because he doesn't tell women to get on their shit. Everything's a man's fault. You don't have to do anything. Prince Charming is just going to find you. A lot of black men ain't shit, and it's not your fault. Nothing's ever your fault. But when you have somebody like fucking Kevin Samuels, who's not sugarcoating how things come out, he talks to you like an adult. Look, if this is what you want, this is what you need to do. You can't be demanding somebody who's up here if your ass is right here. That makes no fucking sense. It literally makes no sense why nobody likes him. I give you guys an example because the example with him is usually with a woman. Okay, I'm a manager at McDonald's. I want somebody like Rihanna. Not because I like Rihanna's personality or her virtues as a woman, just because of her body and her sexuality. But I'm a fucking manager at McDonald's. You think a woman who's a supermodel, somebody who looks really, really attractive on that level, who gets all the attention and praise because of her body, do you think a guy who works at fucking Target full time, you think he's going to pull a woman like that? No. So if you don't look a certain way, how do you think you're going to attract a man of certain value? It's like a lot of women who tune into his show and a lot of women who criticize him, they're delusional as fuck. It doesn't make any sense. How can you be superficial, but you don't want a man that's superficial? Where's the logic in that? And again, when women criticize his platform, the first thing they want to say is, oh, this motherfucker's ugly, or he looks effeminate, or it is. You're proving his point. You're proving that you're delusional and that your reasoning is based upon entitlement and your emotion. You're literally proving his point. Like, again, I just can't stress like how fucking crazy this world really is. He proving this man's point. The fact that this guy was able to sell all these women, all of these books, all of these stories with no receipts, like, how did you think this Mr. Perfect guy, the perfect black guy that doesn't cheat and all this, all he does is make videos in his fucking truck? You come on now, you mean tell me this motherfucker ain't got a wife, ain't got a girlfriend, ain't got nothing? You never see any receipts. You never see this motherfucker with not one woman. You think there's nobody out there. This guy loves women. This guy loves black women so much, but you never see him with one? Come on now, like, again, like he just told you guys what you wanted to hear and you ate the shit up. So when you see guys like me, it's not because we hate women. It's because we hate women who allow guys like him to make you hate us. That's the reality. It's not about hating women. It's not about being a hater. It's not about trying to tear anybody down. It's about the truth. And it's about how much a lot of women do not want the truth. It's just that simple.